Yo, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Barrel Lab. Got a new, fresh episode of the Daily Barrel Report. Kicking off the second half of the season, coming back after this nice All Star break. It was a cool little break, man. So I'm excited to get back to it. Get ready to review the July 16th slate. But before we get into it, you guys know the deal, man. I just want to thank everybody for watching, thank everybody for supporting. I know that first few weeks that you guys were working with me was nice and exciting, but it's really time to lock in. So I want everybody to go ahead and like and subscribe to this video. Go ahead and send this out to everybody so we can get ready for the second half. And just jump right into it. This isn't going to be like a regular full slate breakdown because obviously we only have one game for tomorrow. But I wanted to get this video out early, enough before Friday, so you all can get familiar with what the new Barrel Lab dashboard is going to be looking like moving forward. Some of the cool updates that I've added, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm super excited about this. Like, I'm super hyped about these new updates, and what everything's going to look like. So I'm just going to get right into it. So coming into the dashboard, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see now the three signals that we use here in Barrel Lab identified. So you're going to get your barrel signal, you're going to get your elite home run profile, and the elite plus that we were working on. This is going to be like a visual, so you can see, again, like I was saying in the last previous video, not all profiles are built the same. Not every score is built the same. So I want you all to now be keeping that in mind, right? Because even for Schwarber and Soto, one does have a higher barrel, but one has a better matchup. So that's something new here. Even down below, you're going to now have them separated for you. So if there is no barrel signals, you will see that there is no barrel signals. If there is no elite plus profiles, you will see that. And then your elite home run profiles will also be separated. And man, I'm just really excited for this because I feel like this is going to make it easier for everybody to identify what it is exactly they're looking for. If they're looking for somebody for bases, if they're looking for somebody for home runs, if they're looking for somebody for hits, runs, and RBIs, I feel like now you can easily get to that. You can actually filter it by the team, and you can search by the player name too. So that's something on the main dashboard as soon as you get into Barrel Lab that you see. The next thing that I'm excited is today's discoveries. So what today's discoveries is going to act as is like a filter. I'm not a filter, but like a news feed for changes that are happening within the model for anybody's profiles who's catching heat, right? For matchup scores that we see increasing. Obviously, you see the strongest exit velocity lift. Strongest long shot profile to be worth investigating. It's going to give you news about the park, right? It's going to give you news about zone fit. So there's going to be these different, I guess you can call them news clippings, headlines, alerts through the model that you should be paying attention to. You can also click them and then go straight to them. So that's something, again, I'm super excited that's here because it's just giving you like a daily snapshot of, okay, like what should I be looking out for today? Who should I be looking out for today? And for what reasons, right? These are the questions that I'm hoping to answer within this dashboard. And so then we'll get into a couple of the other tabs, the research tab. So I'm still working on a few things in here, but I'm really excited. This is now where you're going to find our game slate. That'll still be by game. But this opportunity finder, trend lab, and decision workspace. These are areas where I'm trying to give you all the freedom to filter through specific stats that you would like to see. All right. Filter through, I guess, like different, metrics that you think, right, make a difference and that you think specifically should be paid attention to. So in the decision workspace, you can actually compare players, right? And you can pull up their profiles and see side by side what it looks like, who has the better, I guess, attack towards the pitcher, who has the better trend, who's got the better form score, It'll show you their odds and things like that too. You can save these selections and stuff now, so you don't have to keep guessing who it was that you were trying to take. So yeah, I'm excited for that. And so now here in pitch matchup highlights, I've actually made a few adjustments here. Now you'll see players who stand out against some of the pitches that have the highest usage. So looks like of course we only have one game tomorrow, so two pitchers, right? So Nola and Scott, you're gonna see the knuckle curve from Nola and the four-seam fastball from Scott. Those are the most used pitches by them. Obviously, their other pitches are gonna come up in here, but now it's going to show you a matchup grade, right? Who hits that pitch the best? It's gonna show you the stats against that, right? Schwarber sees this fastball. He's seen 1,000 plate appearances at this fastball, right? He's got a 17.2% blast. His pull 71.8. His barrel is 14. Right? Woe Bacon against that pitch is 720. So this, and OPS is 959. Right? So this is, I'm hoping, an area that will make it easier for you all to identify a hitter based on the pitcher and based on the pitch mix that we think we're going to be seeing that game. I've also got like a heat map showing the overlay for that batter against the pitcher. So you can switch between batters. You can switch between pitch frequency, swing percent, whiff percent, hard hit, right? So these are all things now that you can search through within the pitch matchup highlights. And then the pitcher attack board is the same. Again, this is just a grading scale, just so that way you guys can visually see that not all profiles are the same, right? So obviously one is going to be more attackable than the other, and it's going to show you kind of visually where and how. Pitcher attack board state is the same, right? So you can see their ERA, barrel allowed, hard hit allowed. Pitch arsenal. This is a new tab. This is something that I'm actually excited about. Think of this as like a scouting report, a report breaking down the pitcher, his top thrown pitch, right, location, damage, and where the hitter and the pitcher are going to collide. So you can see this knuckle curve is really what he likes to throw, and it's going to give you a breakdown of what's being seen in this pitch, right? So it's used 32.7% of the time, thrown roughly about 78.3 miles per hour. It's allowed 3.82 Woe Bacon, 33.6% hard hit, right? And it's giving you the sample size that it's tracking. So it's letting you know over this time, okay, it's done this, this, and this. And that line of collision is going to should identify, right? That's the hope and the goal, is a hitter who they think there is an overlap with. The model thinks there's an overlap with and can give you the best possible damage against that pitch, right? So Jared Young owns the strongest tracked sinker contact read, 7.63 Woe Bacon across 29 plate appearances. So this is, again, the hope in the pitch arsenal report is to help you all better identify who you should be looking to attack the pitcher with, right? So it's going to show you movement. It's going to show you what the pitch looks like starting, how it finishes. Consistency is going to show you the velocity of this, and then the the extension consistency. And these are two things that I will be breaking down more of as to why these matter. It's a timing thing, right? And so this during this break, I was really just kind of looking into a few things, and it's a game of metrics and inches, and so understanding how much space, how much time it takes for the ball to get to the plate, a lot of those things can be very beneficial. So I'm trying to simplify those things and not overload us with information, especially for those who are still newer to this baseball world, right? So it's also going to show you consistency of the pitcher, location. It's going to show usage, the average on base average ISO hard hit that's given up by that pitch. So this is, again, the hope is for you all to be able to really identify what a pitcher is doing and what a batter can do against that pitcher. So Zone Lab is going to show even more in depth the overlap between the pitchers and the specific pitch, the specific zone that they hit in, right? So that heat map aligns with this. I'd say, right, the pitcher risk zones, the hitter hot zones. So when I was watching the Home Run Derby, shout out to Jordan Walker. When I was watching the Home Run Derby, and even up to the Home Run Derby, before everybody was breaking down the science of what lefties do, righties do, and all of that, right? Just the math on distance, left field, right field, specifically at Philly Stadium. They were saying it's a lefty friendly. Left center is actually the true center. Things like that. It made me realize, okay, we can use some of that to our benefit. And so that's what I went ahead and created with our Hitter Spray Lab. Now here, we're going to be able to identify and track where the hitter is consistently hitting the ball. And why this matters is because, as you can see, I'm also tracking the wind. Right? So we can see for Kyle Schwarber, 25% of his balls get hit to right field. He's a lefty, right? And so that explains it. Lefty, he's pulling right. And so when you also break down and you can see the wind, and you see there's a cross wind towards right field. So literally a cross wind towards right field. And then you think about, okay, what does he look like against the pitcher? What does he look like against certain pitches? And it makes it, I don't want to say easier, but it gives you more confirmation, right? Not all of this information individually may be the answer. It can be if you use it that way. But the idea is that collectively, using Barrel Lab, you can make a more educated decision on where you want to put, what markets you want to play in, and what you want to look at. You can also go, there's different batters, right? So all the hitters are going to be here, and you see it changes. It's going to change. So I'm super excited about that. You can specify it by the odds, right? So if you want to look at long shot odds and try to get an idea of, okay, who's maybe one of those lower tier form scores or lower tier matchup score, barrel score, who still may have a realistic chance of hitting a home run based on pull and things like that. So there's actually another tab in here I wanted to show you, this park weather tab. This is what I'm really excited about. So this will specifically tell you what the weather is, what the park, at what park, where the wind is blowing, temperature, if it's a dome, rain, all types of stuff, right? Just pretty much all of the information that you need when it comes to the weather. What I also try to do is we have the dimensions for parks, right? Like you can pull this information. You can know exactly how left field, right field, left center, the distance of all of that. So what I was trying to do, my thought process was, again, I got all this just watching the Home Run Derby, and just getting some thoughts and just, listening to different conversations and seeing them ask the players different certain type of questions too. It made me think just a different way. What this box here is, these are hitters, and it's not the same as barrel scores per se. This is specifically park fit hitters. What the thought process was here was using some of the big home run, not even home run, just some of the big power metrics, blast percentage, barrel percent, pulled barrel, hard hit, launch angle, right? Knowing that a lot of this stuff is mathematically based, so they know based on the launch angle, based on somebody hitting it so hard, how far it can go. I wanted to put that into play in our benefit. So based on the park, it's going to change. We're only going to get one example here because there's only one game for tomorrow. However, when you go to these other stadiums, it will change. But what this is calculating, guys, is who they think is ideal to hit a home run in that stadium. Just based on pull, based on launch angle, barrel, things of that sort. So it will give you a park fit score, and it's also going to let you know if they are already a barrel signal, if they are already an elite plus or an elite home run profile. So, and it's going to give you their signal plus park fit, just a park fit watch. So these are just other little things that I feel like can be beneficial for us in the long run. So I went ahead and threw that in there, and I'm pretty excited to see how this plays out for us in our favor. Game logs are still the game logs where you can see past games, last 5. This is going to get built out still too. Parlay builder. I'm working on the parlay builder as well. This is going to be a little bit different than it was before. Now you can sort of select and build your own parlay. You can start with one player, and the model is going to recommend you based on the amount of legs you are trying to build that parlay. It's going to recommend you other players to put in that leg. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is, again, something I'm working really diligently on because I know pairing is the biggest thing in this space. And I'm not saying I'm going to be the only person to answer the question of pairing. A lot of you guys do a great job, an immaculate job of pairing, right? And shout out to you all for sharing the information and sharing how you pair and just helping everybody else within the community. And so that's why generally I felt like I wanted to focus on pairing going into the second half because we already know how to identify the value. We already know how to identify who's going to hit the home run. We know how to pick the profiles. Like, that's easy for us now, right? The hardest part is putting them together. So that is really what this area, the parlay builder, is going to be focused on, is what are the best ways to build our parlays, to give us the best odds, to give us the best expected value, highest probability, and things of that sort. So I'm really excited for this area to be built out too, for you all to see and play around with that. The market is still where the odds hunter, or will be where the odds hunter and the props hunter resides. I tried to simplify the main tabs and then put everything under in sub tabs. So as you can see, this will be where you can see the home run odds board, but again, there's only one game, so I'm not really here to tell you, oh, let's place this, let's do this, right? Today was just really like an overview. We are going to go through the buy game. I will still go through and give you all the signals and everything like that, but I wanted you all to see all of the updates and what you can be expecting out of Barrel Lab just moving forward, guys. Like, I'm really full throttle with this. I'm really full throttle, really trying to help as many people as we can. So here you can see the props, right? Obviously, there's not a lot of games tomorrow. I mean, only one game. Not a lot of props to choose from. The board is pretty thin, so definitely, play with caution. Bases, but all of this information is in here. Now, the lab is where the home run tracker still resides, our best plays and everything like that. Looking at everything again, still, it looks like hits, runs, RBIs is our highest producer. Top game cards, that 1 and 2 card is pretty solid. I mean, I'm liking this. I just pulled all of the results from the last few games, so it's updated up to this slate, right, up until tomorrow's game. And obviously, we didn't have anything during this week, so there was no games to account for, other than the 11th and the 12th that I didn't have updated when I did the last video. But we can see pretty much every pick on that board is cashing, right? Just about every pick on that board is cashing. Hits, runs, and RBIs, obviously you're cashing at a little bit of a higher rate, which is expected. And so then, like I was saying, you can see the rank of where they are hitting the most. And I'll show you those cards too, so that way you understand where that is. So yeah, the lab is still where you can see the home run report, the daily plays, and the Monte Carlo simulation. The Learn tab is what I'm also really excited about. This is where it's going to be giving you all the breakdown of how to navigate the dashboard, where to start, where you can expect to find certain things. Um, I'm breaking down the signal lanes, right? What they are, small descriptions of what the scores are, not necessarily giving you all of the sauce, but giving you enough to understand what it is that I'm looking for within these scores. Um, the research labs, right? So it's breaking down just what all of these tabs are for you, what you can use the hitter spray tab for, what you can use um, the zone lab for. All right, build and bet. It's breaking down the parlay builder, the decision builder, everything, right? So trust and data, and then I got a glossary in here too. Right, so for anybody who's super green, super brand new to baseball, doesn't understand anything like I was at one point too, I had to search, Google a lot of these stats sometimes just to get a better understanding of what it is that they were. Because you hear them all the time, but you just don't know what it is. So I tried to make that easy. I tried to put a glossary in here. I can break it down even more if need be. So yeah, guys, that's really the general overview of what the lab is looking like, what Barrel Lab is looking like right now. So I'm excited for everybody to start using it more often. I am allowing more people to get access to the beta. Um, I am just still doing it in waves. I want to make sure that we don't break the site, that I scale properly. I'm in no rush for this. I know everybody does want to get their hands on it, but that's why I'm going to try to make as much content as I can for the second half so you guys can see as much of the dashboard as possible. Yeah, so let's get into this game, man. I know we got one game. It's just one game, but it could be some good value on the board still. So we got the Mets versus Philly, Citizens Bank Park, right? So no barrel signals for tomorrow. We do have 2 elite home run profiles, and no elite plus profiles. The top reads in the game are going to Schwarber, Soto, Bryce Harper, and Francisco Lindor. And so coming down to the Mets versus Nola, right-handed pitcher, 5.75 ERA. Barrel is going Soto, Lindor, Alvarez. Matchup is going Soto, Lindor, Alvarez. And form is going Beatty, Soto, and who's that, Ewing? I mean, to be honest, Soto is Soto, right? So, and this is second half of the season. I think this is where we see a lot of these players go all out. They know the trade deadline is coming up. They know playoffs. A lot of the seeding is getting ready to be dependent on every game. Every game is important now going into the second half. So I do think that we start to see these players really giving it their all and really just laying it out on the line every game. So we're in for a treat. We're in for a treat for the second half, y'all. Soto does look good though. He's got the best barrel. He's got the best matchup. Almost in the just barely missed the elite plus. To be honest with you, a matchup of 77.2. But we see his ISO, right? So he's getting extra bases. He's making contact. He's getting on base when he's making contact. He's got great pull, great home run fly ball ratio, great fly ball ratio, hard hit, hardest hitter on the team. One of the best launch angles on the team too, right? So Soto could do some damage. Lindor could do damage, home run damage though. I don't see. That's more of like a. He's more like a singles double guy for me. So bases, hits, runs, RBIs. He is a 2-hit guy from time to time. The sleeper in this game, though, I think is Brett Beatty, to be honest with you. I think Brett Beatty is the super sleeper in this game. His form is the best, and then even on the for the stadium, he's a good park fit too. That is what I did remember. He was a good park fit, so that's something to keep in mind, right? Like if these players don't look the best when we're looking at just our regular matchup zone, whatever. Don't forget, there's other little tidbits in here now you could go see specifically that may give this hitter a boost. May give a specific hitter a boost that isn't necessarily identified here, which I get. That could be annoying. Like, oh, I wish I could see everything in one single spot, but I didn't want to overload one single area of the dashboard, and I felt that it was needed to have it separated. So let's go look at Philly versus Christian Scott. Right-handed pitcher, 3.17 ERA. Barrel score is going Schwarber, Harper, Marsh. Matchup is going Schwarber, Harper, Marsh. Form is going Bohm, Schwarber, and Turner. Schwarber. Coming off a interesting home run derby, where I'm pretty sure everybody thought he had it in the bag. And then, Jordan Walker, man, that dude. Shout out to Jordan Walker, for real, honestly. He balled out when it came to that home run derby. But I do think Schwarber's going to have some stuff to prove now. Hometown, it was a hometown showing for them. So, yeah, I think now we see these players really start showing out. So, Schwarber, if you want to go home runs, you could. Absolutely. He does fit the profile. Smart thing to do. Go bases. You go fantasy score. Right? Go hits, runs, RBIs. Bryce Harper, I know people probably want to take Harper. He doesn't look terrible, but his form isn't the best right now. But he is getting on base. That's the thing. He is getting on base. Bone could be a sleeper, but the only thing, his form is the only thing that's keeping him in it. Doesn't really have the barrel. Don't really see the power there. He's a righty, so there's no advantage in the park really for him. So it'll be interesting to see. But right, home runs. If you were going home runs, it'd be Soto and Beatty for the Mets. And then for Philly, it would have to be Schwarber. I think that's the only person who... Yeah. That's the only person who I feel like will really get the nod to be Schwarber. Nobody else is showing anything. Unless, right? Let's go check out some of the new stuff we got. Yeah, see, Beatty's got a good blast. He's got good barrel and pulled air. So that's what we're not seeing on the other dashboard, which I'm okay with. I don't want that dashboard to be over stimulated with metrics. I like that I have to come here. I like that you all have to now click through different tabs to learn different information to piece it together. That's why we're kind of doing that trivia in the Discord, right? Shout out to everybody who's joined the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, I'll put a link in the description if you'd like to. Other than that, everything is still going to be put on Twitter. Everything's still going to be posted on YouTube. The Discord is just another hub for us, for you all to ask questions, things of that sort. So, yeah, I'm just super excited to really grow with you all, man. I really am. Yeah, Beatty really will be the sleeper. His launch angle isn't the best per se, but everything else would carry him there. So yeah, I really like this feature as far as being able to make decisions on who we think could truly hit a home run. Not just blindly picking anymore, but strategically piecing together the puzzle, right? So that's really what the idea was, what the goal was here. Again, pitch arsenal. You can see how often they're throwing these pitches, the whiff, the chase rate, and so this is going to be pitcher heavy, pitcher specific. So, yeah, that's it, guys. That's really what this is looking like right now, man. That's what Barrel Lab has evolved into, and this is all because of you. You guys have really made this possible, trusting me, believing in me, and I thank you. I thank you all for supporting me. I thank you all for, just everything that we've been able to accomplish in this short 3-week time. So now going into the second half, I'm really excited to see what we can do with a lot of time. Full data sets now. This model is really kicking. I'm really enjoying where it's growing to and the things that it's learning. So, like I said, guys, I just wanted to do this quick video, show you quick updates on what the website's looking like, go over the slate for tomorrow really quickly, even though it's just a one game. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and hit me up. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.